There was a time when I was in the hospital and I was just about paralyzed from the neck down. I could only move my thumb at this point. And my dad came in, who I haven't seen in about 4 years, and he came into my hospital room and said, I'm not going to help you get a job. And at this point, I couldn't move. There was no way I could get a job. And he kept rambling, telling me, get a job, get out, get up, get a job. And so I asked him if he could leave my hospital room, and he started laughing at me, and he said, yeah, sure. And he got out just laughing his way out the door. And in this moment, and this moment was a turning point. I realized I could either introvert, I realized I could introvert, just turn in to myself and go down this deep rabbit hole, or I could expand outwards. And it was in this moment I realized of all the potential in the world. If I caved in, introverted, went down the rabbit hole, there'd be no potential, no possibilities. If I expanded outwards, communicated with as many people as possible, possibilities were endless and the sky was the limit. So I decided to. So I so I made the decision to help myself and take advantage of every resource and every opportunity that I had. Every time a therapist asked me if I wanted an extra session, I took it. Every time I had an opportunity to meet somebody new, I took it. Every time I had an opportunity to go outside, I I took it. There's this saying that goes, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. There's this saying that is there's this saying there's this saying you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. So I demonstrated I wanted to help myself. And people began to notice. One person would tell somebody else about the progress I was making, and then someone else would go tell other people. And before I knew it, I had people huddled around me that wanted to help because my actions spoke that I wanted to help myself. That thing that my dad did to me, laughing at me and telling me to get a job and saying he's not going to help me after I was shot in the head and I didn't see him for 4 years, that was mean. But it was neither positive or negative as a circumstance. What my father did, how he laughed at me and told me to get a job, said he wasn't going to help me, and then laughed at me as he walked out the hospital room. That was neither positive or negative. It is it is what I make of it. That situation where my father that situation where my father laughed at me, told me to get a job, told me he wasn't going to help me, that was neither positive or negative. What it was a turning point for me to make the circumstance that I want for myself. Do I want to create an environment for myself that creates growth and opportunity, or do I want to create an opportunity or do I want to create an environment for myself that creates suffering and pity? So, the valuable lesson that I got out of this that I want to share with you is people look out for your reactions. If you react positive and constructively in a negative circumstance, that speaks volumes. People take notice of that, and people will react positively to your positive reaction. However, if you react negatively and you choose to live in misery, then you're going to attract that. And that's going to be the circumstance that you create for yourself. Your attitude goes a long way. And if you stay positive, your life will have a positive outlook.